After weeks of bad weather, with Storm Nils at its peak, we're finally starting to see some cloudless days that turn out warm and welcoming. The sudden arrival of spring made us want to spend all day outside. Now it's finally time to walk around the property and check on all our trees and bushes after the winter and the storm. What we weren't expecting though was to find a huge tree lying across the path, blocking the way not just for us, but especially for the donkeys trying to reach the far end of the property. After the storm, we thought we had gotten away with only the trampoline being damaged. Apparently, that wasn't the case. To our surprise, the donkey saw the fallen tree as an opportunity to gnaw on branches that were previously out of reach. This issue had to be fixed quickly for everyone's sake, so we were ready to tackle it the very next day.
So far I've seen at least 3 or 4 decently big trees that fell down during the storm. There's another one, smaller one. It's quite a lot to clean up, but I guess we'll have firewood for a while.
Cutting the first tree into pieces took a long time, but it was essential since the passage to our property was blocked. The rest of the trees will probably have to wait a little bit before we have the time to turn them into firewood or use them for other projects. Piece by piece, the path slowly opened up as we sorted the larger logs for firewood and set aside the branches to be turned into wood chips for the garden. With this done, we could head back to the house and see what Gisli had been working on with the electricity.
So this box is, well, I've started with it and connected some lights in the old house. Half of it works for now. And I'm currently using 3 phases, but the plan is to only use 1 phase on this one in the future. And then I've split up the phases here. These 2 are going to the apartments. And this one I'm gonna use here for the outside. Now I'm currently trying to redo all the switches and outlets in this area. That will, well, still be the cinema and maybe a outdoor kitchen in the future. So I need some reliable lights. And I've just been going through and putting modern fuses in all the fuse boxes from here, instead of the physical fuses that were before. Don't have too many fuses here. I have one 20 amp and one 16. I'm gonna use it for outlets and lights. I'm making a box here for the outlets. I'm gonna have some here, and then maybe by the projector where there's already something. And since I don't want to put too much on one fuse and I don't have space for more here, outlets there and maybe somewhere in the corner there. It's gonna be outlets coming here to the 20 amp, and then I'm gonna have a secondary box for the lights going to the 16 amp. Some switches down there, and the light cables can hopefully reach. I have to figure out what to do with all these extra cables. Sure makes it easy to use these Vaco connectors. But yeah, all the lights connected. Haven't tested it, but might as well. I think everything is as it should be. Let's try the lights. Nothing on. Is it this one? Yeah, and then they're on. Barely visible, but but unfortunately this switch is reversed, because like I noticed when I have it in the on position itself, it's reversed. So I need to swap some cables in there. Outlet is not blowing the fuse. It's good.
Inside the house, the bedroom is still waiting for us to finish the job while we spend most of our time working outside in the nice weather. Whenever we do have the time though, we turn our attention to the chimney, which still needs to be completely taken down. The beams sticking out of the wall refuse to budge, despite Gisli's efforts to put them out, so more forceful measures had to be taken. Once they were removed, the holes that remained were filled with stones and hydraulic lime plaster to level the surface and restore the wall's structural integrity.
Another trailer completely full, probably overweight a little. So now the chimney is all the way down to the floor. I don't dare to put any more material in the trailer this time, so I'm keeping it here for now. Found these little tiles that I'm thinking about keeping. They were all turned upside down here in front of the fireplace. I think we can find somewhere nice to put them. So I'm not quite sure how this is built from here. Don't think I'm gonna be finding the wood floor under here, although I'm not completely sure. I hope so. And we're gonna have to remove this as low as we can from up here, close the hole, and then continue. I've uncovered both the main beams of the lower floor, and they seem pretty solid. This is turning out to be a lot more than I thought, a lot more weight resting on everything here. I thought I would be through here to like see the bottom floor, but I guess there's a tiny little layer left, and I'm really hoping it just doesn't collapse through, because I think there was I don't know what's holding it anymore. Really think it's gonna collapse at some point, but we'll see. And this one is almost full again. Probably at least a ton in there. Gonna put a little more. Alright, it had to fall through at some point. Thankfully, I think I managed to get most of the heavy stuff out of the way. And the mattress we put down is still directly under this, from here to the wall. Freja! Freja! Allt í lagi. Freja! Ja, jag vet, jag ska göra det nu. Oh well, I guess the cat was in there, locked in. You removed the lamp from there, didn't you?
I did, but not the clean clothes.
Okay, that's good. Not very clean anymore. Alright, I think I'm gonna take a break here. And probably try and start vacuuming a little more, because we're still kind of using the living room for all kinds of stuff.
Days come and go, and the projects on our farm feel endless. The grass has felt the touch of spring too, and decided to grow so fast that we had to tell it to stop. At the same time, we decided to move our bees to a better location among the trees and bushes, freeing some space in the tool shed. It sounded simple enough, and we thought we did everything right. We moved them in the evening, once all the bees had returned to the hive. Then we placed something different at the entrance, hoping it would signal to them the next day that their surroundings have changed. But it didn't go as planned. The next day, a large number of bees were back at their previous location, hovering in confusion, trying to figure out what had happened to their home. So now we need to come up with a better plan. As we tried to take a break from all the work waiting for us in the house, in the garden, and while taking care of the kids, we remind ourselves that work isn't everything. Sometimes we simply need to pause and appreciate the beautiful life we have here. Thank you so much for all your support and for being here with us. We'll see you next week.